Hi and welcome to Second Arts. My name is Agnieszka and I'm a furniture flipper based in Gothenburg, Sweden. Today I'm excited to share a transformation of a fascinating piece of furniture that I unfortunately paid way too much for. I was browsing through Facebook Marketplace when I stumbled upon this side table listed as a sewing table for $100. I negotiated with the seller a little bit and managed to get it for $80 instead. However, what I didn't notice at the time was the poor condition this piece was in, nor did I notice there was no veneer. It's safe to say I overpaid big time for this piece, especially considering I wouldn't pay more than $20 for something like that. But I fell in love with the funky vibe of it and just couldn't let it pass. But now that you know the backstory of this piece, let me show you how I transformed what seemed like a lost cause into a profit. I started this flip by removing the nasty hardware, and as you can see here, it's quite dark, almost black. But you will be shocked to see how it will look in the end, so make sure to stay for that. Next, I busted out my orbital sander and sanded away with 120 grit paper, thinking it will remove the finish quite easily. But I could not be more wrong and quickly realized it was time to take out the big guns, aka cardboard scraper. But even that didn't stand a chance against this old varnish. But I don't give up that easily, and that's where my chemical stripper comes into play. Chemical stripper or paint stripper is a gel-like substance that's applied onto the furniture in order to remove the old varnish or paint. I usually leave it on for around 30 minutes and then remove it with an old spatula. And here's where things went from bad to worse. I was so sure I could save the veneer, but it turned out there was no veneer to save. The chemical stripper removed whatever was on that sideboard and exposed plywood underneath. Once I removed as much of this gum-like veneer and my hands started to hurt, I decided to just sand off the rest of the sideboard. Now that my plans to restore this piece to its original look went with smoke, next step was to prime. I'm using a shellac-based primer that will block the wood from showing through the paint, as well as it's blocking any bad smells and odors. I got some spackling to do, like a lot of it. But then I'm gonna paint this piece a beige color, maybe stain the drawers, we'll see. After every coat of paint, I make sure to sand my furniture lightly. That way I will remove any bumps and imperfections and create the smoothest finish. Besides, this piece had quite a few nails, scratches and even water damage that has to be taken care of. So for the small scratches, I use a regular wood filler. Bigger repairs like this one demand something more solid, so Bondo is the perfect choice for this. But remember, Bondo dries very fast, so it's important to work fast with it and in small amounts. The next day, I could finally move on to painting. And thankfully, I got this perfect shade of beige grey furniture paint from Clint, together with their paint kit. I love that their paint comes in a plastic bag, which makes it so easy to pour the paint to the tray. I still wanted to keep the funky vibe this piece gave me in the first place and decided to stain the drawers. So first I applied a pre-stain conditioner from Minwax. That way I will make sure the stain will go into the wood evenly. Next I applied a dark brown stain with a kitchen sponge. While the drawers were drying, I had to do something about these dirty knobs, so I poured some white vinegar and left it to soak for a few hours. Last step was to see the drawers, and for that I used a water-based polyacrylic, which will give a great protection to the wood and won't yellow over time. And that's how I easily transformed and saved this questionable sideboard to this funky piece. So, what do you think of this transformation? Did I manage to save this piece or make it even worse? Let me know in the comments and I will see you next time!